Becky is the hot shit right now.
SmackDown is revolved around the women. The wrestling is revolved around
this
WWE. I want to say is revolved around Ronda, Nia, Charlotte.
Yeah, this year was a transformative
Becky
year for women
wrestling. Yeah,
even more so than the last year. So after the last couple of years, because the setting the foundations, we're getting more first and all that stuff. But this year, I'm not sure if it has something to do with evolution, but it's in a different world now. I think from now on, and we could see like women main event and hold the show narrative, like run the show narrative in a way that we didn't ever see back in the day.
I mean, but even so, like that's the thing that you just asked for, the consistency. They've been consistently building from this moment since 2015. Since 2015, since Nikki, AJ, Nikki Bella, AJ Lee. For people, you know what I mean. I have to be a little bit more specific. See, he's been getting on me for that. 2015, like when they bring up Charlotte and Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch, they've been moving this Divas evolution for quite some time. Yeah. So, again, we talked about when we did the character spotlight for Charlotte Flair. Check that out on SoundCloud. Also, I mean, it's everywhere where we're at on podcast. Wherever podcast is podcast.
Charlotte Flair.
Second Nature. We mentioned how the three women were the centerpiece of WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. They were the centerpiece of WrestleMania with Triple H. I think it was Triple H, Undertaker, Roman, and Shane McMahon or something like that. Yeah. Whoever the other four was, it wasn't the three women in the. You know what I mean? Like. No, Chris Jericho's not on her face.
I don't know.
But, and then moving to New Orleans, a marquee match was Ronda Rousey versus Stephanie McMahon. Yeah. With, that the beeline was Kurt Angle coming back, you know what I mean? But the headline was it was Ronda's first match for WWE. So they've been consistently building this and showing that they're committed to having women be a lot more prominent in the show. And it's showing through the characteristics of women being a lot more diverse in their character. Becky is the man. She's not the woman, she's the man, my G.
Super face. She went from face to super face by turning heel. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's an oxymoron.
It's an oxymoron. But
that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what makes wrestling not be able to be in a box. Because if it was supposed to be...
But if you pay attention, you can see it happening, though. But if... Like, you can see you can see an entertaining show. Because what I see, it's like almost like I see The Matrix, and I'm like, all right, clearly, if you write it a certain way where these people, your product would be so much better. So it will be more well versed. People will be more well fleshed out, and then the match types will be different. Like, I don't want to have a show where you have to have Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler over and over again, or Baron Corbin versus Finn Balor over and over again, when they have so much talent on the roster.
I mean, I think that at the same time, and I
don't mean to get back to Raw, but like that's what I meant before.
But realistically, I think what's happening is that you can do a lot more with less. You know what I mean? SmackDown has less people, and they have less hours, and they have less eyeballs. So they're able to do a lot more experimental things, like open up the show with the women like they did with Becky, Charlotte, and then Paige coming out intervening saying that, you guys are going to face each other. And it's not anybody of importance, but Mandy Rose is the one who comes out and says that anybody could have did to Ronda what Charlotte did. And that's a spotlight to Mandy Rose.
It is.
And
huge.
Mandy Rose is attached to Sonya Deville. And then Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose has a feud with Naomi and Asuka. And then now you have 2 tag teams, and then here comes the Iconics. Now it's 3 tag teams. Yeah. It gives you an idea that they're going to have a women tag team. Then you have on Twitter Sasha Banks and Bayley saying that they want to wrestle the Iconics. Like, it's certain little pieces like that where Lana and Zelina have things going on together on social media that play plays on TV.
Yeah.
Like, it's a connect, and now you book in the show because the main event was a battle royal.
It was dope.
And the battle royal, the person who won was going to enter themselves into the match with Charlotte and Becky at TLC. That winner was Asuka.
Yeah.
That and that thread of the show kept us enthralled throughout the show. You know what I mean?
It was dope. I think that Asuka winning too is what should have happened, and I didn't know. Because I didn't see the first segment until later. You know, I knew they were building to a match with at TLC. I'm sorry, Triple Threat at TLC and a TLC match. But I was like, how the hell did this come about? Because I didn't see nothing beforehand.
Yeah.
So you saw. I mean, I'm just glad to give us this match. I think I'm super excited to see Asuka versus Charlotte versus Becky, and I'm also curious to see where they take Asuka from here. Like, finally we're giving her another big spot, and I'm good. I'm excited for Asuka. I want to see what happens.
I think, like I said, my prediction, I would like for Asuka to win the strap. I would like to see Becky switch brands. I know she's Mrs. SmackDown.
But she's the man. She can do what she wants.
Exactly. So I would like to see Becky going fresh at the Women's Rumble because Charlotte was not in the first Women's Rumble. Asuka won the first one. She doesn't need to be in the Women's Rumble again. Yeah. It's my logic. And I know, you know what I mean?
You will put the strap on Asuka. Asuka takes out from the Royal Rumble that she doesn't need to be there.
Exactly. And she can have a match with, Asuka and Becky can be one-on-one.
I mean, I would love for Asuka to get the title, but I just don't see it happening right now. I think that Becky's too hot right now to take the title off her.
You can build a feud because the feud is we're tired of seeing Charlotte and Becky. To write Charlotte out of the title, Charlotte can win the Rumble and challenge Ronda at Mania.
Okay, yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen.
Asuka can win the title at TLC, and then the rematch clause is Asuka Becky 1-on-1 at Rumble.
And what? Nia comes out and breaks her face again. I don't know. Well, how would you set that
match?
What do you mean? How would that? Or who would you set? Actually, probably.
I don't get. Why were you bringing Nia in? I don't give. No.
Let me speak. I thought we were going with the Nia and Becky match, but that's probably not going to happen until after.
We gotta stay on par of what TLC you said. How we're going? I'm curious about Asuka. I'm booking Asuka. I don't care about Nia. I want Asuka to win the title, and then Asuka gets with Becky with a mini feud 1-on-1 with them at Rumble, and then however we get to Becky and Nia at Mania, we got 4 months.
Yeah.
So we'll figure that out. But Asuka needs the title.
Essentially, I think I would put it on Asuka, but I think Becky's just too hot. I think they're gonna keep it on her. And give her a good match with her retaining. Give her some more padding on this reign. So yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. I really do think that Becky got this. She's just too hot. But I'm excited to see it. A triple threat match. That's the most excited match I'm probably gonna be excited for. Most excited match I'm for. What am I saying? The most excited for a match at TLC. I'm sorry, man.
Alright, let's fast forward and get into the rest of SmackDown that's the high spot.